What's going on, guys? Good morning. Right, start of the week, Monday. Let's get back to business, right? How was the weekend, guys? Hope you all had a good time. So, let's see what we got. Anything else, guys, you have in mind apart from PTLO, recent IPO? No worries, I'll send it to you. It's always live, so you're always getting something new. Let me just actually share this with you. There we go. Enjoy. Anyways, they're right. They're most of the time live. So let's get to business. What do we have here? Anybody else watching anything else? Let me know on the chat. But before I will go through now, PTLO is a recent IPO. That day that when it IPO'd could have been some really decent chances. Second day as well, you get quite a good chance on a IPO that has closed really nice green with good volume. So Friday I think was a better day for it to trade. Today it can be a bit difficult, to be honest. It can be a bit choppy because what's happening is you wanna either trade it when it starts to get the volume the first day or the second day, um, because the directions are quite a bit clearer. I would say a bit clearer once it starts to make its move. Third day until the first week or two, it starts to price discovery, and it just gets a bit choppy as well to trade. As a day trader, it could be a bit difficult, but as an investor or a swing trader, you just have to go with the fundamentals. I have no idea what this company does, so I'm not going to do that. Hey, Terrik, what's up? Welcome. So I'm just going to leave it alone, PTLO, but keep it on the side, I would say, for the once it starts to stabilize and it's starting to hold above, its IPO, the highs of the IPO day, then you can consider it to be strong. But today it's going to be a bit choppy, in my opinion. You change. What's up, Jessica? What's up? How's it going? Welcome. That's going to be tricky, though, right? Anyways, so yeah, it's PTLO. That's what I'm gonna do with it. But guys, listen. Today we have I've created another list just specifically for DWAC plays, right? So let's go through that. We've got PHUN. That's the most that's related to the DWAC sympathy. So you can keep an eye on that. I've just found out that BNE as well is a sympathy play for DWAC, as well as SALM. We were watching that on Friday. Some of us were trading it, and TRKA. Now the best one to trade, in my opinion, would be PHUN or BANA. As you can see, the moves, that the liquidity and everything. I wouldn't really be touching too much on the SALM unless it starts to get better volume, which it might. But TRKA is the worst of them to trade because of liquidity. So might as well remove this, guys, because there's so much anyways to choose from. So if you're going to trade anything related to DWAC, it's probably going to be PHUN and BENE, right? DWAC should be, but today is going to be a bit choppy, in my opinion. The best day was Friday, which was crazy, but still more predictable, I would say. But today, as you can see, it's showing strength. It's breaking the highs. It started to wash off and get spot up, so it's quite strong today, to be honest. And now, actually, you know what? That day it did hit 60s, guys, so I wasn't wrong. Morning, Andrew. So that day, Friday, I was mentioning, okay, we could see about 60s, 70s on this one. Well, to the tick on 70s, I believe. Yep. and then starts to bounce back. So that was not normal, guys. It's one in a decade kind of stock. It could be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So if you're trading this, be very, very careful. But the good thing is, here's a good thing. Once DWAC starts to do something really, really crazy, like let's say like Friday, we've got a hold down, right? And then it started the whole process of that, reclaiming the mean diversion, basically. So once you start to see that, then you don't have to trade DWAC. Go into the smaller ones, PHUN, and start to work your way around them. So there is an edge if you know how to use it. You just gotta be really, really sort of quick on it, and also be quite smart on it. So if you don't know what to do, just leave it alone. Play the normal basic ones, basic main watches. But I will keep this on the side, probably trade it on the side as well, without calling them, just like I did on Friday. So that's what the whole list of DWAC plays is here. That's the new list. Hope that helps you. Pins, guys, really bad gap down. We're talking about there was an acquisition of some sort of a deal, deal rumor that has been cleared that it's not going to happen. So that's why it's trading over here now at 50s. So I've got two levels, guys, 49s and 50s. Now we want to see this be trading over or on over it or under 49s. So that's our zone there. I think I will wait for that. Snap, by the way, guys, it had the earnings gap down, closed down. I don't know why, but the earnings weren't as bad as it wasn't actually. It was an earnings beat in my opinion. But maybe the guidance or something like that wasn't that great. So keep an eye on that. I think this might bounce, in my opinion. Snap. It's already doing it, guys. Yesterday's close is above that, and yeah, it's quite bouncing quite a bit. So I'm a bit long biased on it, unless it takes out that yesterday's close. If it does, then there's something wrong. AMC, guys, is in a crucial area. As you can see, my trend line is holding nicely. It's at that level. It's actually breaking that trend line, but around that area, 36 will be the level to watch. If it starts to wash from there, could be a decent opportunity. But AMC, be careful, guys. It hasn't broken that zone that we wanted to. So I'll probably be serious on it when it starts to break under now today. If it starts to show weakness today, then probably that's the sign for it. INTC, but AMC, remember this trend line has held, so this might actually hold as well today. So if it does, it's gonna start to trade over 36s, and if it starts to stay over there, then that could be a bounce day as well. Just don't forget that. INTC, strangely, guys, again like Snap, it beat the earnings, but it's gapped down and closed down red. So that's the same scenario as Snap, and CLF, in my opinion, has beaten it by slightly, but look at that, CLF. So really, actually, it's not slightly, it's no, yeah, it's slight beat on the earnings, and it's basically strong, looks strong. So very strange on earnings plays. So Snap, INTC, CLF or earnings plays. And APO is basically, I've been watching this for quite a while now, and it hasn't really done what I expected it to. So today hopefully is the day that's going to give us nice red there. So, but the thing is, it's not a small cap, guys. So it's not gonna, if it does, wash up or give you a red day, then chances are it might not be that big. So keep an eye on that. So that's the list. Mark is gapping up, potential offerings. There's a rumor. It's not actually. They were thinking of offerings, but I'm not too sure on that. This might be. I'm not too sure about this, guys. MARK, and it's still huge gap though. That's the thing. We're talking about massive gap, guys. We're talking about here, trading here. So keep an eye on that. Definitely on the side. Might be interesting if it starts to take out the VWAP and starts trading over it. That'll be your clue. CRTD, we traded this really nicely on Friday. Right here, you know, I took long, we took long and short, and both were really decent trades actually. I think that was my best trade for that day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it's gapping up today, trading around here. I expect this to be playing a little bit choppy as well, so keep an eye on that. This will produce some decent moves, so but I think it's not related to DWAC. It's a different catalyst. And now the main gapper is BE, the one that I'm long biased on. It's got a decent catalyst. They've got some sort of a deal going on, um, but it's not really a confirmed deal. But it's just like a promise of that deal kind of thing. You know, it's a pre-agreement kind of thing. But it's still, nevertheless, it's quite a strong catalyst in my opinion. It's holding up nicely. 25.50 break should be a clue if it starts to trade over that. Even though if it does pull back, I expect a little bit of a pullback on it as well. So if it does, 25s, 24.50s, even 24s will be an area to watch for that curl back up reversal. We'll keep an eye on this, guys. And then last, AUPH, this was the rumor, Bristol Myers takeover interest. So we shall see how it trades. Best of luck, guys. Oh my goodness. If nobody has shorted the BENE, there might be a chance on BENE, guys, now, right now, before it halts. But yeah, the others are halted, that's why. There it goes. Where is it? BENE. Right, still trading. It's not halted. The rest are halted, so yep. Crazy. Let's have a look. So DWAC. So I'm gonna be trying to short it here, maybe. Yep. Under 17s. Perfect. Okay, good. Alright, so yeah, I'm trading these DWAC plays on the side, guys, right? If you don't know how to handle the risk on it, please don't trade it at all, because it can be quite dangerous. Now, what else do we have? BE, as you can see, guys, BE just broke that highs. Definitely was a trade there. I believe this is probably the bigger catalyst gap up. The way it held, as you can see, very strong. It dipped down to 25 and reclaimed really quickly, so that's it's really good. Silver, don't say that, man. You've been here for a while and you should know a little bit, right? You're making me look a bit like unprofessional here. Come on, man. Don't do that. So as you can see, AMA is bouncing, CLF is going down. I know, don't worry about it. 24 is the area. CLF just filling that gap. Once it does, I think it might start to recover. We'll see. There goes BNE. Lovely. I expect a bit of a halt. Halt. BNE. Halt. Halt. BNE. Come on. Yep. There you go. There you go. Okay, you're not halting? Alright. That's kind of thingy. Right. So nice, looking good on BNE. Very good. So my average on BNE is around 17s, guys. Maybe under it, basically. I'm just waiting for it to halt going down. But let's see if it takes the lows out now. The 50s, I might take some out here. Yeah, gotta take some out. Cool. All right, what else do we have? CLF. Guys, remember it's a Monday. Just take it easy, guys. The trades, actually BE looks interesting. Okay. If you're gonna trade BE, it's kind of like $2. Like a dollar at least, dollar stop. So I think this might be a bit of a chase, to be honest, but over 27 might be a trade there, over 27 on BE. I'm looking at that with a stop under 26. Alright, PHUN is going to halt again, isn't it, going down? Yeah, it's going to go halt again. Yep. Yep, it's halted, and there you go. DWAC is coming down as well, halt. I am long BE, by the way. And BE is going to continue now. BE, I might add here on BE and E. We shall see. Right, strangely, Snap hasn't bounced. I was expecting a bit of a bounce, but it's showing sign of weakness, though. That's the problem. What happened during the earnings call? Earnings report. What happened to you? They CRTD as well. I don't know why, guys, but the CRTD is also trading as if it's actually a sympathy to DWAC. Anybody knows? You know, it's actually much weaker than those. So that's very odd. It might have been, because it's very on Friday as well. It was acting very, very you know, sympathy play like. I think BE is just pulling back a little bit. I think it might be a healthy pullback. We will see under 26. So I've started very small on it anyways. So under 26, I can hold on to it. Where is it? Where's my APO? Okay, this is what I meant by CLF, guys. Like CLF, just fill the gap, fills the gap and then bounces 24. Because the problem with this is it's a reversal trade and it's kind of hard to call it out unless it starts to stabilize before it, unless it starts to give us a reversal pattern. There you go, BE. Let's see. Wow, B is kind of rug pull in here. Just watching it, guys. Just watching it. Right. I might just hold on to it until the break of the VWAP, because I am very, very small on it. I just feel like this is a little bit of a healthy pullback, because it was kind of like a bit of a chase. Yeah, SPY itself is washing. I'm watching it on the side. Actually, SPY, I still expect a bit of a red day, Andrew. I've been looking for that since last week. There goes BENA. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Right, 26. Okay, 26 pounds. Guys, on BE, it is one of those trades. It might be a position management kind of trade where you start very slow, and then if it starts to, as long as it's starting above this level, even then I think it's still early to call it like it's weak or whatever. As long as it's trading above this zone, I think I'm good with it. And if it does come back into this zone and then starts to reclaim back VWAP, I might even add to it to build up some position. And then on the break of 27s properly, then I might add more. But it might be a while before it does that. So right now 26 is holding nicely. Wow, snap. Snap just snapped down, guys. Crazy. And also SPY is helping. And this one, this long, is not being helped by SPY, obviously. Looking for a long on BE. I've started 27s, but very small. Very small. But remember, it's a bigger stop kind of thing. You have got under VWAP is your stop, but I still think that's a bit aggressive. It has to be somewhere like under the open, under this congestion area here. If it starts to trade under that, then maybe you can just give up on the longs for a while. But what I'm doing is basically starting very slow, waiting for this pullback, healthy pullback to happen, let it come down to the zone and see what it does. And then we'll start looking at that ad. Right, okay, I will be looking to exit more on DBNA. INTC is also coming down. So the SPY's wash is going to bring most of these down anyways. So there you go. INTC might have a better... The problem is SSR is on this. Right, let's have a look. I'm looking at pins as well, guys. Short under 50s, under 50 trading right now. 49.80 is rejecting, but it might be a bit late now. Unfortunately, I have started quite early on it. Ooh, nice. Oh, look at that beautiful DWAC entry. Look at that. Boom, comes down. Look at that to the tick, and then entry anywhere under red bar, under the red bar here. 99s under hundreds. There you go. That's your trade. Beautiful. You see that? 200 EMA. Boom, boom. Very clean. The only thing is this, because that's the open drive anyways. It's the price discovery, but after that it was much cleaner. You can see. So yeah, very very decent trade here, guys. But obviously, I don't think you can trade. Can you guys like? Is it hard to borrow for you guys? Okay, let's have a look at SPY. Just wash down 453s. Looks interesting, guys. 453s under. I might start some. SPY's area to watch is this area here, guys. Right now, actually, if it starts to break that, then that could be a V reversal. SPY does that. SPY will do that. If this holds, then that's your that might be a chance for a short. If this shows a bit of a sign of weakness, which it is actually. I'm gonna start here, guys. So my average on this is about under 453 here, somewhere there, the average. So I've started a bit early here, and then on the rejection started here as well. So 2 entries on it, but the stop will be 453.20s around that area. Oh, it's bouncing back right now. Quite a bit of emotion there. Yeah, bloody pins. Yeah, I've started on pins earlier, but yeah, I got a very quick exit on it. Yeah, I thought this one, if it did close, but right now it's holding. 200 is holding. Let's see what happens. I'm not trading it anymore for the moment until it makes a direction. So 49.80s, break of 50s. These kind of big massive gap downs, guys, if it starts to trade, like this above the certain levels, usually it's a bounce day, usually. But this was showing sign of weakness over here. Right, what are we looking at? Pins. Pins looks like long, guys, to be honest. Just waiting on it. So things are a bit getting settled down a little bit. At the moment, I will not think about shorting pins yet. I expect a bit of a bigger bounce on pins. So maybe even look into longs. But what are we looking at here? Okay, on BE, what we want to see is we want to see nice little area of congestion here. Nice little. If we can get like 15 to half an hour of congestion around here, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Guys, on SPY, I will have my stop over here, guys. I'm not gonna risk too much. I know it's here, but 453 17s, 20s, or even 15 break, I will be out on this. Because if it starts to take this level out, then I'm not really interested. So I'm just waiting for it to break above and close above that, and then I'll take it out. Yep, watching SPY right now. Let's see what it does here. Oh, come on, B. You can't be serious. So B is breaking that, attacking the lows, 25.50s, which isn't good. Let's see. Right now it's in that zone, basically. Right, I'm out of SPY, guys. Out of SPY. Right here. Just a bit early. I know I could wait on it, but Monday being Monday, I'm not gonna trust. I'm a bit aggressive on Mondays. Could be, yeah. Silver could be. It's interesting. but I needed to be doing way more than this to short it. Let's have a look. There's that top. BE, 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 under that zone. Yeah, there you go. There goes AMC, sorry, SPY. You see that? So that exit was really decent. I was thinking that that exit might have been a bit early. In hindsight, it's perfect, it's great, but I think I could have waited, to be honest, for this to close, this candle above the 20 EMA. But I was mainly concentrating on this level here instead of the 20. So I wasn't, in this sense, this was the break of that level, and then that was the confirmation exit. So I'm happy with that. Could have just waited a little bit. 44.5320 might have been a better exit, but I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Really small, small exit on it. So small loser. Now let's have a look. What else do we have? CLF, by the way, is yep, it's gone. So that's the response to the earnings. What's our INTC done? So INTC as well is bounced from that yesterday's close. If you know, BE, if I wasn't really long biased on it, there's your short right here actually. If I wasn't long biased, so I am not gonna trade it short yet. If I trade it short, that means actually taking my long off. So no, I'm not. It's not because of long biased approach. It's just that you know, the catalyst on this one is a bit stronger than usual, than your usual gappers. And you know, this move, and after this move, I expect a little bit of a pullback, profit taking. So this zone hopefully holds. If not, then I'll have to think about getting out under this 2520s, maybe even under 25s. We'll see. Wow, CRTD. Dude. CRTD from 7s to 520s now. Yeah, this one, you know, as long as this is holding up that area, top of the pre-market highs, I'm okay with that. Just was expecting a little bit of a pullback, which it did. I kind of thought, you know, if the pullback happens, the VWAP might hold it. Still around that VWAP area, so I'm okay with that. Especially if it starts to reclaim and starts trading over and under VWAP, that's kind of like a clue that is holding off. stabilizing a little bit. Righty ho. CRTD was a okay. This might be good once DWAC, if DWAC starts to take the lows, which it is. Yep. So that's looking good for a short. There you go. And DWAC is down. Starts to trade under this will be really interesting. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Great. Nice. And that's gonna help the BNE as well as PHUN. So PHUN should be, there it goes. Hopefully hold down, maybe. And CRTD looking really decent from 520. Yeah, around that area here. Now CRTD is actually quite extended, so you know, might not wash that much. Is that a halt? Is that a halt? Could be a halt. No, it's not, is it? No, not yet. PHUN was much cleaner. You know, so that as I mentioned earlier, like you know, better plays for DWAC plays would have been PHUN, which it was quite clearly, guys. You know, you don't need to do anything here, right? That's just open drive. It could be anything. Once you see these the weakness coming in, especially you know like break of 10s, 1050s, holding under it, and you know pops up to 10s. Look at that 10 area, pops up, rejects really badly. You know that's probably a clue, and then reclaims towards it and starts to you know look at that to the tick. What's the high of that? 9.99, right? It can't, like the stock is telling you, right? You know that's a wall. I really wanna you know break it, but I can't. You know, I just don't have the strength for it. And then next time it tries 9.93. Next time it tries, high is 9.80. That's just your clue. Just heaviness, 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 and then all of a sudden, you know. But also, obviously, you have to watch this with the DWAC. Oh, BENE, loving it. DWAC, which at that point was doing similar scenario, but PHUN is much weaker than DWAC, obviously. But BENE was much easier, I think, trade in my opinion. It's like, you know, much easier. But we wait for it. And B. I'm watching BE closely, guys. If it starts to hold up here, I might even let you know just be a bit more flexible on it. Starts to take out that 25. then I'll consider exiting for the long side. But if it starts to reclaim the 26s, then I'll start adding on it. Probably add here, and then break of 2650s add, and then that's pretty much will be it for the ad. Maybe over 27 as well. We'll see. That's a longer play, guys. I just gonna have to watch it later. Alright, what else are we watching? INTC, I was looking for a bounce on that. It's happening actually. It's coming back. Right, INTC guys, watch that 50 area. It might reject from it, but if it starts to break that and hold above it, that will mean that it's gonna go for a bigger bounce today. And I was wondering on the INTC and your CLFs and Snap, you know, why is it that it's beaten the earnings numbers, and why is it like trading like that? Gap down, close red, right? And just don't, you know, you can't really put a fund, you can't really put too much fundamentals bias, because if you do, you're pretty much screwed. You just have to trade what you see, to be honest. You know, quite clearly that Friday would have been like a day where you could be biased, saying, oh shoot, you know what, the earnings numbers are good, I'm just gonna keep on buying this thing, right? Just never bounced, and today is the day it's bouncing. Strange. Right, guys, so what's happening with BE is right about now what I expected to happen, which it is respecting this zone here. So as long as it's respecting that, and right now I might add a little bit, guys. Just a bit early, I think, on the break of 26. I'll wait for that break, guys, because I feel like a bit early. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm adding. Anyways, so that's that. So that was a good ad. That's good. So I don't know whether I should be tracking it with you guys, but if you have traded this the way I am trading, now what you can do is you can say to yourself, well, 25-20s held nicely, the pivot point and the pre-market highs zone. You know, what you can say is like, okay, this area was quite clearly a level. What I want you to do, what I want it to do is it stays above this level, I'm okay with it. If it doesn't, then I'll get out under the 25-50s. Because from this, this was actually a healthy pullback. Now, this doesn't clearly mean that it's going to take out the highs and starts going for it. Maybe not, or maybe it will. But your thesis has really sort of played out, and it did pull back healthily to an area, and it held nicely. And now you can respect that area for you to put your stop on. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Depends on how this comes back to this level again. Now if it does come back, it shouldn't, to be honest. It should on and off of VWAP. Hopefully that's how it's gonna react. um, and if it doesn't react that way and it starts taking this out, then I might exit even earlier, depending on the price action, right? So now I want a little bit of a volume, rising volume, and then staying above that 26 would be ideal. CRTD, I did trade it on the side. I got out here somewhere. My average, let me have a look. 517. 5 somewhere there, 517s. On this wash I took some out, and then the rest I got stopped out. I think here 540s somewhere there. So not much on this, to be honest. just a scratch. Maybe even red. Maybe even a slight red on it. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Could be. Chances are it is actually, because the exit was a bit not too R. This is quite clearly looking like a double bottom reversal, right? As I was mentioning, this was definitely extended. So that might be the bounce back or bigger pullback towards VWAP maybe, or sixes at least. And snap as well, same thing as INTC, looking for that bounce day. Strange, these ones. What is our pins doing? Wow, what a chop. Pins usually does that, I think, in the beginning of the trading day. It's been doing that, not Friday though. Friday was cleaner, I think, but Thursday was bad on it. So now these DWAC and PHUNs are getting a bit choppy, getting a bit too crowded, right? You can see, like, still, you can see quite DWAC, like, look at that, once, twice, quite a few times here and then here. So that 200 is respected on this one quite a bit. But if it's starting to like get closer and closer and closer to that 200, might actually break it. But I think, in my opinion, there's quite a bit of resistance here on DWAC. This level until here, quite a bit of resistance. Alright, let's go BE. Come on, let's get to business. Don't muck around. What is spy? 1 hour. Alright, BE. Come on. BE. Let's see. Okay, so it's broken that. And really nice curl. Takes out the weekends, shakes them off, and then reclaims the VWAP, pulls back to it, and then slowly crisps back. Better add point, in my opinion, I've added here, but better add point was actually, pull back, VWAP respect, and then on this bar, on this candle. Even before 26 would have been alright. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Volume wasn't that great at that time. So next bar here. So still okay in my opinion. My 26.12. My average is about here. 26.12 here. This line here. My average. Alright, SPY is looking like it wants to continue, so that means it's just yeah, you see what I mean by V reversal on SPY, guys? It's very common. So this is why I didn't like this swing higher low, because it looked like one of those, like, yeah, this washes off without any decent pullback apart from here, and just does a V reversal straight away. Yeah, it really likes to do that. So for you to be like, usually what I would do is, if a stock is closer to VWAP, my stop will be here. But in this case, there's no point, right? Your level is here, right? It's quite important, because a lot of people will, let's say they will take 100 shares, and then they'll say, okay, well, my stop will be over this level, and then they will say, okay, well, I will wait for it. They don't have that discipline to actually rely on this level. Instead of that, they will start to look at this, and they will start to put their stop on that. Once this starts to play around here, what they'd say is, well, okay, well, might as well put it over 200, right? Because you're already like down, because your initial 1 hour was here, right? Or here, whatever. But you just didn't respect that. Now you're down 2 hours, right? You're saying, okay, well, I'm already down 2 hours anyways. Might as well just hold on to that 200, because that's the next level, right? And well, you held on, and then probably got out here, right? That's usually the case, and it's all emotions. Once you start to go into that emotion, straight away you should cut that trade off, because that's a wrong mentality to go into the trade. Right. So these guys, PHUN and DWAC, they are getting a bit stable. So interesting. We'll see what it does. Yeah, Snap, INTC, CLF, all that, all these, the earnings plays, I was long biased on it. None of them I was short biased. I think INTC I was looking for a bounce. What did our APO do? APO not very clean though, that's the thing. Washed off. Interesting. I really expected it to be a bit cleaner than this, but on CRTD, guys, I might short under 550. I'm looking at CRTD under 550s with a stop over VWAP. Hold on, is this VWAP correct, guys? Is this VWAP correct? If because I have on my other platform VWAP is actually here, so I might be wrong on that. Oh shoot, okay. My other platform is showing something else, so I'm gonna exit that quickly, guys, because I did start a bit early though. Okay, so yeah, that's not good. My other platform is showing a bit different level here. Why would it? I'm just gonna wait for CRTD to maybe even go to VWAP. Right now it's 6, but there's nothing else, so I can't rely on that. I really thought that the idea was basically it was another level close to the VWAP. Let me actually refresh that and see if it does. No, it doesn't. Very strange. Hey, unknown, what's up? How's it going, man? What's going on? Right, so okay. If this is a DWAC play, DWAC sympathy play, then that short is still valid in my opinion, because DWAC is is washing a little bit. So that 100 held nicely. 620. Hold on. CRTD's 200-day is at 620. Why the hell is it showing 620 on my other? I shouldn't be relying on that. I've started on DWAC, sorry, CRTD, yeah, just a bit earlier, guys. Somewhere there. With a stop over 6s. Because I saw DWAC washing. Just that continuation coming in now. So that's looking good for CRTD. And then PHUN should be following suit after 9, yeah. Might be a good thing. Not much happening, to be honest. The only thing I'm in is at the moment CRTD right 6. Let me see, 6 something somewhere here with a stop over 6. Because it's just a sympathy play to DWAC, and once it starts to show weakness, this should follow suit. And I am on BE. BE is slightly a bit more position management trade kind of thing. So on this one, my let me have a look. 612, wasn't it? 2612. 2612 was the average long. Yeah, so 2612 long, and I'm still waiting on this. I will still rely on this zone instead of the VWAP, and let's see what happens. Probably get out here under the 20s, 2520s. So still waiting on it to really slowly move. This is gonna be slow, guys. It's not gonna be very quick for you. Just gonna probably have to like wait and watch it all day. That's probably what it's gonna do. AMA 200 on the open. Yeah, that platform, I can't rely the indicators on that platform. That's why I have Thinkorswim. Really can't. I might as well get rid of the indicators there. Alright, now it's looking even better, that CRTD short. Let's see what. But you have to match this up with the PHUN or DWAC. You gotta watch them, right? Because that. Yeah, Tesla had a really good earnings beat. Tesla was a crazy, because we were busy so much with DWAC and other trades. On CRTD was a good trade on Friday. What else? CRTD, PHUN, all that. We completely missed on Tesla Friday. Actually, Thursday was the. I might be wrong on it, but Thursday was the response to the earnings, and earnings was quite a big beat, from 0.96 to 1.86. So you know, we're talking double the numbers, right? And then it's just, yeah, this is what. And today I left it alone because I thought this is just too much, right? It's gapping up already, and I just don't want to get chopped up in that reversal or gap fill. That's why I left it alone. But it just was never over, right? I have to admit I was looking for strength on it after a bit of a pullback, because the earnings beat was quite a bit, to be honest, on it. People, they weren't expecting Tesla to be consistently doing so well with their numbers, right? You know, at some point people are thinking, well, this thing is just even though with the numbers, right? This thing is just too much, right? And for my CRTD trade, I need this to get taken out 92.70s, this low here. And if it does, it will look good. Come on, DWAC, break that. You don't know how to short on trade 0. I have a I can probably show you silver. Yeah, I'm out of CRTD. I don't like this bounce. This might just be a wick, but I just can't ignore that with this volume. So that's gonna push up CRTD, right? As you can see clearly. Yeah, just gonna leave it for a while, guys. On the last trade, just a little green. Last trade was here, 560s, somewhere there, and then just break even. Yeah, I really don't know how to. I don't use Mac, honestly. To be honest, for you to get a decent software, Mac is not really a good platform or operating system to trade on, honestly, because most of the successful operating systems, no, I mean the softwares are actually based off of Windows. So like for example Dash Trader Pro, you won't be able to trade on Mac. So it's really like you're missing out, I think, by using Mac, by not having those features that you could. Trade Zero, I don't know how Mac works. I think it might be completely different. I'm sure it is, but I'm not too fussed about their software. You just need to get used to it. The only thing is, I really don't like. What I don't like is just that there's not much of a flexibility to change your your templates. For example, you've done a lot of work to save up that chart settings, your indicators and everything. I know there's a way to save up the indicator set, but the template, the chart template, which every other small platforms even have, is just yeah, it's not really you can't do that, right? So okay, let's where's my right, let me see if I can get a demo on Trade Zero so that I can show up some of the, because they did introduce new software, I think. Right. Maybe I wouldn't go awesome. Yeah, it's just you just need to get used to it. I did make some videos on it on Trade Zero's platform. I just haven't posted it yet. That's the thing. I just need to work on it. I think short locates and the level 2, how to set them up, and the settings and things like that. I did. I might post it soon. Yeah, that's the problem with Apple. That's the flexibility. They're just too stubborn. They, you know. I used to like Apple. Don't get me wrong, they're a great company, right? They've got a system going. They've got a lot of good things going for them, but for my line of work, they really didn't help. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, they should. They should at least end of. Yeah, they should. 100%. It's looking good for what? What do you mean? Long, short? What is it looking good for? Okay, BE, come on, baby. Let's go. I just need that volume to come in on BE. It's not really, Jessica, because you are coming into one of those. You see, by now you're used to free platform, free level twos, and all, right? But that comes with a price. For example, CFD trading, right? CFD trading will give you level two, even like for example, Colmex. They will give you level twos and your time and sales and everything, the data for free because they benefit from the spread and the commissions. So two benefits to them. One is the spread because you're always paying the spread on CFTs. By the way, if you didn't know, you can't hit the offer to sell or you can't hit the bid to buy. Right? CLF. Yeah, it's I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yes. Um, just might be a bit early though. Silver. Just might be too early. Um, you watch what it does around that 20 EMA, yeah? Because I think it yes it is a uh, earnings play, but that rejection of EMA would be ideal because your stop could be very well defined. Um, Under 25, if you want to play that, then your stop either has to be 25. Actually, not that bad under 25s, to be honest, because your stop is still very, very small. We're talking 10 cents. There it goes. And then your don't expect too much from it. Maybe VWAP. Yes. So back to CFD thing. So you're always paying the spread. Say, for example, that's why I don't like to trade spreads that are more than like 5 ticks or 5 cents. Ideally, it should be 1 or 2 cents. Like SPY is always 1 cent, almost always. Apple, all those big names are really good for CFD trading. Um, but still, you're constantly paying that spread change. But whereas with the like the stock trading, itself, you can actually hit the offer. I know it sometimes you will miss the trades, but you can always get used to the hitting the offer for a short, hitting the bid for a long. What that means is you're actually not paying that spread. And over in a long period of time, especially on small stocks, small caps, if you're able to trade it and short it, it pays off. Because I think Trade Zero offers free commissions as well when you hit that bid for a buy. Basically limit orders. So you're benefiting twice. Now, if you look at it that way, Trade Zero is actually cheaper compared to the others, like Cobra Trading. You've got your Center Points. You've got all of those will charge you hundreds of dollars for level 2 and market debt, just to get you to just so that you can trade, right? But it's definitely worth it. You know, if you're trading some numbers, like those become irrelevant at one point if you're trading, you know, some decent sizes. So DWAC is curling towards that again 100 and is still rejecting from that 100. So, but the thing is with this one is getting closer and closer to breaking it. We shall see. Mark. Yeah, Mark. I'm gonna leave it. It looks good, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm not trading it. I don't like this area here. Curling action. I know this could be easily gap fill, but I just don't have that much of a potential R on it, you know, before it takes me out. So I'm gonna leave it. So Jessica, it depends. You know, you don't want to be. I mentioned this earlier as well. Like when you're trading with Colmex CFTs, you want to trade the right instrument with that. You can't just go in and say, "Well, I'm gonna be trading Novavax on CFT, which has like 50 cents spread, right? 50 cents, 30 cents spread. You're gonna get killed." So what you want to do is you want to say to yourself, "Well, okay, what can I trade with Colmex today? CFTs. What sort of like snaps, your INTCs, your CLFs. CLF might be more, but you get the idea, right? You want to trade what you're going to benefit from. As soon as you pull that trigger, you should already benefit from it. Or like being able to trade certain stocks, shorting certain stocks that are not available in IB, or you know, Thinkorswim or whatever the big brokers. You still have to pay for it. So that's already you have an advantage there, right? For example, can you guys TOS or TD Ameritrade? Can you trade CRTD short? Right. Better yet, let me know which of this list that at the top, or the second list gappers, which of these can you not trade, like short side? You don't have borrows. Uh, I would definitely recommend Jessica, if you're not comfortable with the certain platforms charting software, which I really am not. You wanna get a charting package as well, even if you have to pay, because you see the fact that today I was with Colmex I was watching this area here, the VWAP 625, and then this is not the same. So VWAP, Colmex platform isn't very. It's known for its indicators to be a bit off. That's why I don't rely on the indicators on that platform. It's only trade execution. The rest is being watched here, right? I'm watching the software. Complete software is here. I'm just looking at the level twos and then time and sales on Colmex. That's why you want to always have a side. I think if you can't go for Thinkorswim, then ideally the next choice would be to go for TradingView, right? TradingView is the next better thing. Silver, you're joking, right? IB software. Have you actually traded on IB software? TWS? That's that's crazy. You can't day trade that software unless you have an API that's linked to another software. Like NinjaTrader, you can easily use NinjaTrader, but that's gonna cost you again. IB might have compared to think TD is I think worse when it comes to short locates. Snap choppy, quite choppy. Snap looks like a short under 2055, but the problem with this is you've got your SPY that's just trying to beat the highs, but it just doesn't look like it has strength to actually take the high. Look at that. So really not sure yet. So let's have a look at our BE. That's looking alright. DWAC just rejected from that 100. That's good. That's good. If you didn't find, to be honest, there were not many. If you haven't traded the open, there probably wasn't many. Weren't. Jessica, with let me tell you something about these news or whatever. Like, for me, I've tried to really go into the macro uh, perspective in the markets, but really that's more for investors. more for longer term sort of hedge funds and stuff like that, because they have to know what's the result of certain decisions in the government is gonna really affect their positions, right? Or their potential positions, or what's gonna be their next sort of batch of portfolio list of stocks that they're gonna look into. It will depend on that, right? But for me, if I'm looking at the stock when I'm trading right here, right now, that really doesn't help that much. And even if I knew, let's say for example, SPY, with that mentality coming into the market, knowing that, well, assuming that SPY is good for SPY, right? Or it's not good for SPY, I'm just going to be having that very strong bias towards the markets. And every day I'm going to trade that bias instead of what I see right here, right now, right? So for me, I don't really worry too much about the news. Yes, it's good to know it, but just put it on the side. Don't bring it to the table when you're trading it. Um, look at my gappers. Okay, like this is all I need to know, right? Potential offering, maybe there's a rumor about this. Okay, that's all I need to know on this specific stock. And then that's the question mark is telling you, well, this might not actually, you know, continue. That's weak. And then your CRTDs, I must have had some sort of it says catalyst for, and then BE, decent catalyst. There is some decent catalyst on it, on BE, right? And then AUPH, Bistro Myers takeover interest is still, people are waiting for it to be confirmed. So specifically on the stock that I'm trading, if there is a news, I'll just write it down, just have familiar with it, so that I know why it's moving or why it's going down, if it does decide to go. Like for example, AUPH right now is not looking good for it. Yeah, you want to be obviously aware of that, but yeah, I don't really sort of pay too much attention to news. I honestly don't like watching news because yeah, SPY is gonna do what it's gonna do, right? So BE just not strong enough. Just slowly. So look at BE. BE, where's my thingy at? Right now 25.90. 90. So that's that. Right, very quiet guys at the moment. Don't see much of an edge if I'm gonna trade it right now. The only thing I have is, as you know, BE, which is kind of like a bit of a bigger picture trade, which means I've got a bigger stop on it. Actually started here, just around 27s, just in case if it did decide to go parabolic. but that was a small start. And then I added, let me check, 26s around here, I believe, on this one. Yep, or maybe even here, but one ad, and then the third ad was around here. So, you know, slowly creeping back up the stop. I could even, like, if it starts to come back down now and starts taking the VWAP out, I will probably look into exiting. It's better to leave it to test this level here, but now that it's taken its time to stabilize and take its time to actually take out the highs, and it hasn't done it, that could also mean, you know, this might have a bigger pullback or retracement. So in that sense, I will probably keep it just under 26s, 27, 25, 70s. If it takes me out. Now, if it does start to take 27s out, I've got enough ads on it, but I can also add one more time just over 27s if it decides to take that out. So that is the that's the plan with BE trade. That's what I'm holding at the moment, and nothing else. Right. So that's how I'm gonna deal with that. And I'm seeing something here. Right. So this is bringing some volume on it. Mark. What was the reason why it potential offerings? Right. So now this bounce might not be good for short sellers, because the volume is picking up, very consistent volume as well. That's why I like to see. And this curl, I think Silver was mentioning a short here. That's why I didn't like it. I just didn't like the price action. It's kind of like stabilizing. But this could also mean that it pops up to 5s or 550s and starts to fade off. We'll have to find out when it gets there. But at the moment, right now, it's come out of this range, and the price action has changed towards slight upside. Right? That's what I see on that. This looks like a Jessica, you're trading now? You're back? Is that is it school holidays there? There was a nice trade on Snap right here. I thought I thought you were back, like you were gone for like a month at least, no? No, no. I really thought it was like at least 2 weeks. But you're definitely back, right? To trade. what I am seeing right now. No, no, I want you to be like coming back. No? 250. Just make sure you risk a bit less when you come back, because that zone you want might not be back. Not that you were hitting it out the park, but yeah, just start slow, take less trades, and just yeah, watch. Okay, so PHUN and yeah, yeah, definitely. Okay, so it's popping. The DWAC trades are popping. So as you can see, this. Pay attention to what happened here, guys. Very, very important. Jessica, you're here as well. Just pay attention to this price action. Forget about what it did daily, right? Let's just ignore the daily. When you start to see a stock that has been weak, right? And the idea is just gonna bounce up, pull back, and then continue, right? It doesn't, right? It doesn't. It starts to reclaim the chop zones, and it starts to trade really like uh, just like a curling action. Let me just show this. What is it? Pen. Okay, let's go pen. Right, so we are looking at. So it drops, and then you see this curling action, right? You see this curling action, especially right at the end. You want to be seeing this tight zones, right? Once it starts to break that, that's usually the start of a reversal. Usually, right? But also that also could be if it starts to wick out and then reclaim back under. That could be a confirmation that this curling action wasn't reversal. This was actually a bigger healthy pullback to another move down. So there's two scenarios from it. Most likely what happens is if you see this curling action, then you do tend to get a bit of a follow through, right? Let's see, for example, Mark, right? The reason why I didn't take this trade short here or here was I saw that curling action. See this? Same thing. Beaten down stock, beaten down, overextended. You get this, and then supposedly it should continue like that. But what it does is it doesn't. So it's doing that, right? So that curl has come in. But you wanna see on that curl bounce here. You wanna see this continuation. This is not good. It just didn't have that volume. So this, I feel like this doesn't have that strength to continue do that. But this would have been successful curl up if it started to break that 5, right? Or 5.5s. Yeah, right now it's not, but it's kind of there. Right, so That's what I pay attention. You want to pay attention to bigger picture instead of, yes, I know it's a 1 minute thing, but you want to pay attention to zoom out of this whole thing. Don't just keep on looking one bar, one bar. You just want to see the overall picture. At this time, 11s, around 11s. Yeah, not before it. Forget about what it does here. After here, in fact, even you know, after 11s, you will start to see these actions. It could be 1030s as well. 1030s. Sometimes what you will see is sometimes it's different. This one is different though. BE was different because it's a gap up. It's not a weak stock. It's a strong stock, but it's not a very clean curl up. This is a very quick curl, right? But usually the ones that you get is the successful ones I found is on gap ups. Like this one was a gap up. Now, let's say this one didn't go down as much, but it went down close to sixes and starts trading the same sort of price action, but around sixes. That would have been really good long opportunity for me. That's actually a long setup. Because the price, the stock has gapped up. It's getting ready for the gap and go setup. But it's just initial profit taking took place at the open and it started to wash, but it actually starting to reclaim. But it's taking nice and stable time before it actually starts to move, right? That's usually I found that that's more sustained moves when you see that. So yeah, just watch for those kind of moves, and you don't have to trade that for sure. You shouldn't be trading it if you don't know, but what it is gonna let you do or be able to do is avoid bad choppy trades, or avoid basically getting caught up in a very bad reversal, right? Guys, I'm taking short CRTD 538s, 540s. Probably my last trade. On this one, guys, 575s is the stop. 575s. So 540s, 575s, 25 cents. I'm just gonna try it, see what happens. The market is very choppy, but it's trying to. It's that time frame as well where the chop is more likely. Follow throughs or the trending environment is kind of gone at the moment. Today overall is choppy. It might not be choppy, but it's slow. That's what I can say. You still quite early, quite young in this, so that's why you need to give yourself time. I would say definitely, you know, work on one setup and just keep on, just grinding it out, and just make sure you understand all the variables of that specific setup, and just work on that setup on its own. Concentrate 90% of your work on that, and then you will start to build up your own sort of system on that specific sort of thesis. And yeah, you want to do that. You want to keep on the back of your mind, keep on working on that constantly. So that's the way forward. I wouldn't really jump into too many systems or setups, because that's not what gives the success. Or a lot of people, actually most people, think that more the more setup you have, the more you're gonna progress quicker. It's actually opposite. The more setups you have, the more for example, let's say you want to go to a destination. Instead of taking one main road, right, you're actually taking a lot of small diverted routes. Diverted routes are always going to take time off of your progress. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not making sense. Hopefully, it's one day I will. Could be. Actually, I believe that, and I do swing trade on the side. It's less stressful, but it's definitely it's a complete different animal. You have to understand that it's a complete different animal. Maybe your character doesn't suit swing trading. You have to ask yourself, well, first of all, you want to ask yourself, well, will I, how you gonna, if you were to be a swing trader, how are you gonna approach it? Do you understand anything about swing trading? Now, if you didn't, could you ask yourself, could you swing trade if you knew, by being able to let the trades run and just look at the market maybe once or twice a day? And would you be able to have the patience to run your trades, to just really let it run, right? Like, I give you an example of Sophie swing trades on I took quite a long time ago. Not for me, it's quite a long time ago. It's here, right? So I actually started out, it might have been here, 16s and then 17s. I think my average was 17s, right? I ended up trading it here, right? And 19s, I think 1920s, I took some out. Around 20s, I took some out. I think 20s, somewhere there. But what I mean to say is, there is certain type of characters that suits the swing trading much better than certain other types. Like, some people they're really good. Some people are really good at reading what's happening now. And they are really good scalpers, and I think most of the successful traders out there are quite good scalpers, because they can read they read the momentum really well. Like, looking at this stock, they probably wouldn't trade it. They'll say, okay, well, it's too slow, right? Nothing's happening, right? But having a look at, for example, this one, right? Look at the volume, look at what's happening. They could read that really, really good. And I've seen people trade like really to top tick most of the time, top tick reversals, right? And then they take like small profits. It's their edge. That's where their character shines. So for me, swing trading works nicely because I have patience. Even on my trades, you might notice that I don't really rush into exiting too quickly. Like, that's how I'm able to get like sometimes 10-hour trades, maybe even more, 5 hours, 4 hours. That's normal for my trades because I do let it run. I'm patient with it. Say for example on this one, let's say you traded 9.50 short, right? Your stop is over 9.70s, right? As soon as most people, what they would do is as soon as this washes like 1 hour, that's when they take it off. It's not because their data shows that 1 hour is always getting hit. No, it's probably nothing to do with that. It's to do with patience. They're just not able to see that because they're constantly looking at their P&L. Oh, okay, I risked 100, I'm getting 110. Oh, okay, let's take half out. 50% off, that's like $40 or $50, right? And then this thing does like 4 hours, and his his or hers uh, risk to reward is completely screwed now because he took that first initial partial and it is 50%. So those kind of little things, being impatient on trades, doesn't really help. Having said that, though, don't get me wrong. Having said that, certain people will shine with that 1 hour, maybe even less than that, because they're not actually looking for that stock that's going to give them multiple hours. With me, I need to be in a stock that's going to give me multiple hours potential of it. And to figure that out, you have to really be able to see what the daily is doing, right? So just I don't, day traders also swing trade. Most of the successful traders, it's like day trading is not like you're tied to only like just day trading. No way. Like once you start to understand certain setups, you can actually implement that on a bigger time frame. So I think to be honest, if you're a okay day trader or a good day trader, you could be great at swing trading if you're if you divide them uh, completely. Like for example, let's say you trade stocks in day trading, and then you trade futures or options for swing trading. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, options. I actually trade options for swing trading most of the time. So that means what's happening right now is you're completely um, segregating or dividing those two types of trading styles completely. You're separating them. And when you trade, for example, as a swing trade, let's say you've taken Snap long or Apple, whatever, just don't trade it on day trade. Just don't day trade it because it does influence your decisions. For example, I haven't been trading Apple recently. Why is that? Because I bottom fished Apple for a swing trade, 140s, 142s, 143s. I think my average might have been 142s, 140, 150s. I'm still in it, right? I haven't even taken anything out on it. Imagine that, like Apple is doing this. Look at that. Apple is doing this, and I haven't taken anything out on it, right? You have to have that patience. You have to have that extreme trust in your system to just not take anything out when when you don't need to. Yeah, you just have to make sure you understand make sure you educate yourself. That's the first thing. Education is the first step. You can't just go into options and just start pulling triggers because Tesla is strong, right? Or because Apple is strong, right? Tesla definitely is strong, but for me, I wouldn't take this long now. You know, if anything, I'll start to look for small short opportunities, because for me, daily is overextended. But a lot of people don't look at it that way. They say, well, this is extremely strong. Maybe you're right for this day, maybe next day, but chances of this giving you another red day is quite high. So for a swing trade, you have to have a little bit of understanding on the daily, like a bit of a bigger picture understanding. And you rely on patterns, right? You should rely on patterns more than daily patterns, like wedge patterns and the break of trend lines and whatnot. Like, for example, let me give you an idea here. Right, let's zoom into that. Right, so this is the trend line break. It's not just a trend line, it's actually a wedge pattern. You see that? So you can start looking at these things and you say to yourself, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to trade when it starts to come out of this wedge pattern on this day, and then you go into this day intraday. What I see now, anywhere here, if you had taken it, you gotta be able to put that stop under the wedge though. That's your thesis, right? You gotta be able to follow that. Just because this day is closed above like that, you can't just put your stop under that day, right? You're just gonna get chopped out within few weeks before it actually really moves, right? So yeah, there's a lot to really understand about swing trading, but yeah, just educate yourself. Start to inquire about it. Start to research. Do your research. There's a lot of information out there, to be honest, which is free. Don't pay anything. Yeah, see, the thing is, a lot of people can't trade with TOS. I'm sure and most of the options trading firms, they do offer these educational packages. 100%, I agree. I use I also use one of these. What is it? The What's it called? It's actually, they used to own it. This they used to own Thinkorswim. What are they called, man? Bloody hell, what is it called? Can't figure out. Tastyworks. I know, strange name, right? Tastyworks. I trade with them. The platform isn't that great, but for options, they do well. They do really well, I think. And their education is amazing, by the way. They run, these videos constantly, and there are series, multiple playlisted series, which is to do with, if you're completely beginner to options, they go through how one would start and how one would start to learn about the basics of options and start trading it, actually. Yeah, I have an account with Tastyworks, and Tastyworks has a channel which is called, I think, Tasty Trade. I might be wrong on it. There might be an app for that, And if you find the right videos, you're gonna learn a lot. But there's so much information out there, you can get overloaded. So you have to really. There are some series on it which Tom himself, the main guy, basically teaches a beginner student how to trade options, and it's like every every single video is about an hour or half an hour, but very very like too much information every single video. So you have to make sure you take a lot of notes. Those kind of videos are actually priceless in my opinion, because a lot of people, will pay thousands and thousands of dollars just to educate themselves on options. But these are free, right? Like for example, IB, uh, TD Ameritrade. Most of them will offer these educational because it's in their interest. If somebody knows how to trade options well, it's in their interest to actually, the customers survives and starts trading with them more and more. That's their commissions, and it's just good for them overall. But I think it's don't. I think, in my opinion, trying to keep it basic and simple and to one thing when you start out is very important. You can easily get diverted off of main things that you need to learn. But there's no harm in trying to learn. I would say don't go into it too much. Just see how you can benefit from it, whether it's something for you or not. And over the weekend, maybe go through with certain sort of spend some time basically trying to learn the basics and see if it's gonna work for you. And who knows, that might actually be your thing, right? You might find out that that really works for you. Because for me, like, options, you know was the no go first, right? I didn't know about options at all. No way. It is too complicated, too many numbers, uh, too many things to learn basically. But when I started going into it, I thought, well, actually this thing could be a really good tool for swing trading. That's when I started using it, and successfully. Yeah, Andrew, at least you're sticking to one thing, and just that's what your focus is on. I think that's the way to go, in my opinion. That's the way to go. And that applies to your plan as well. Your strategies. A lot of people have too many strategies. Let's have a look. Our BE. BE is doing okay. 26.12 is the yep, right here. So I mean, this is slowly just creeping up. It looks starting to look a little bit heavy to me, which is a bit worrying. Yeah, Silver, I know. I mean, it's just I really expect this to when it's gonna take out that 27, it's gonna be with hopefully with some force. But I'm just being patient with it, and I can even now put my stop to close to break even on my average, but that's gonna be too much, too quick, I think. So I'm just trailing my stop under that VWAP now. I'm not gonna let it break this because that's just be yeah, that'll be too much risk leaving on the table. So under break of 26, probably 26, 25, 80s, 85s, or maybe even 80s. That's when I will get out. But hopefully, what it's doing is this nice little stable move. If it starts to take the highs, especially if it starts to take the 27s, that will look good. So this might be something that I could trade. If it starts to behave, I probably might be able to swing this as well if it behaves, which means it has to be trading close to the highs when it closes. We'll see anyways. See you, Jessica. Have a good one. You're gonna be logging in with Tedrick now. Ask him to join as well, or he doesn't trade. See, this is what I want from BE. You see that poking up, but with good volume. Awesome. Anyways, I'm just pulling your leg. Um, I will see you tomorrow. Take it easy, Jessica. I might end the stream in a minute as well. Just watching few things. Just watching this. If it starts to take out that 27, I can just plan it after that. Just adjust my plan on it. Oh my goodness, he's holding AMC. Okay, I got you. Yeah, well, I hope in that case, I hope it goes to 60. Cheers, Jessica. Have a good one. Take care. CLF looks good for a short, by the way. CLF might be a bit too early, but right now it's 25, 26. I'm gonna start here, guys. CLF. So my average is about 25, 25s. 25, 25s. Somewhere there, stop over the break of 25, 30s. Tight stop. There we go. Alright, so on this one, guys, I just probably, 25s. 25 just before 25 partial, and then 24.85's final target. if it reaches there. I think 25 is doable, but stretching out to 2480s maybe a bit of a stretch. We'll see, but that's the plan with it. uh, BE I'm still watching this. Hopefully this is gonna take that out. Yeah, I need that CLF to not stay above that 220. If it does, I'll come out of it. And our BE is slowly creeping up towards 27. Just need that volume coming in, which is not. Alright, I'm gonna be out of CLF, guys. 25, 32s. Waiting for 32s. Yeah, I'm out. Nope, no sir. Yeah, just wasn't ready. It wasn't ready for that retracement. Exactly there actually. So less than 10 cents, around 8 cents loser on that. And CRTD, forgot about this. So break of 550s on this will be, that's it. I think better is 562s. From 540s to 562s. It's probably the better area to exit. Right, this one is just chopping around. Just don't like what it's doing. Just might exit here for a break even, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna exit here on this because I have to go. Yeah. So this one is basically scratch, done. Okay, the only trade that has done okay for me is the BE. Yeah, so far. So I'm like up $1 on it. 26, 27 is getting broken. I'm just leaving it a bit more room on it. Yeah, silver. I get you, man. Like SPY, for example. There was a red for me. One red SPY, small though. And what else did we take? I just took CLF, but very small loser here, like 8 cents. And then CRTD, just really slow. CRTD break even. And earlier I took CRTD here somewhere with a break even again, so quite choppy. And what else did I take? Let me see. Yeah, pins as well. Pins got me around, I think just around the 1 hour. I'm not too sure. I think it was here, if I'm not mistaken. I, yeah. So that is, yeah, that's the one that I got. Like it might have been minus 1.5 hour actually. This one, it just shanked me out. This pins definitely. Let me. No, less than one minus, just over one minus 1 hour on this. The rest basically, the BE one is doing really well right now, guys. I feel like I should take some out, but I also want to leave some room for that parabolic move there, which is happening right now, hopefully. Yeah, that's the attack on the high. So the high of day rejection could come in. Just be careful. So I'm going to take some out here. Yeah, I took some out there, and we'll see where this takes us. Yeah, I took some out, guys, at the highs, at the real highs, like here, literally right there, right? Just expecting a little bit of a rejection from there. But if it doesn't, then this is strong. This thing is strong. But I'm not planning to add anything on the over the highs now because I've already added enough for me. Two ads with the original entry is perfectly fine for me. I don't need to. All I need to do is just take my partials. I think next area definitely would be looking towards the 28s, and then let the others run. How's silver? How are you looking at on this? What's your position on it? Like, I mean, did you take any partials? Uh, what are you looking at? Okay, good. Good. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave you guys with BE. That's the only thing running perfect. That's where I took it off. Honestly, let me check. 27, 20 somethings really. 20 could have been here, there. Now, right now is showing some really decent strength coming in. Now, forget about what happened. You see this, right? Now, that also could mean that over the high of days, there's a lot of orders, basically. So volume comes in at the level, doesn't mean that it's gonna really sort of creep back up. At the moment, it looks like it wants to carry on and break the highs without any problems. Like it, this is like really decent break. So far, so good, right? But I took it off because most of the time, that high of day is gonna create a problem, which means it's gonna sort of reject it at least to like 27, stuff like that. Now, if that was the case, let's say for example, it did that, and I took some off, and it pulled back towards 27s. And if it was holding that 27s again, I probably might have added what I took off here. You see what I mean? Like, so having a rejection from there for a strong stock that you have a bigger picture, kind of like swing idea on it, is not a bad thing. You have to take something off. We're talking from 2550s to all the way to 2750s almost, or 2730s. You have got to bank that. Otherwise, when this pulls down, then well, at least for me, let's say if I hadn't taken anything out and then this pulls back to 27s, I can't take anything off now, and I can't even add. That's the problem. I wouldn't be able to even add. It doesn't give me the flexibility to do that because I'm already in full position right here. But if it does reject from the highs and comes back a little bit down for a pullback, then I have the chance to add. That's why. So it's not only just banking, it's all about position management as well, which is it's doing great, guys. This is what I was expecting. I did mention this, guys. We were patient with it quite a bit. Initially I was expecting this move, honestly, like this curl back and just just trying to take out the levels and see what it does. It couldn't. This was a sign here. Reclaim of the VWAP never came back to VWAP again, which was like slow creep back up. Was a really good sign for it. Right now looks decent, very decent. Right. So be careful adding to it though, Silver. I'm I'm not talking to you, okay? Try to not add, guys, because you're just chasing the stock now. It's too late. The trade was here. The trade was here. It wasn't. It's not here. It's not here. The only thing you need to worry about is your partials, which is a great position to be in, isn't it? Anyways. So now my stop, guys. My stop is just here, under 26, which actually aligns with the VWAP trailing stop. Oh, no, no. Don't put words in my mouth, Silver. Bloody CLF. CLF. I think this might be the start of that high of day rejection, and this might hold here. But I'm not trading it, guys. I'm just leaving it alone. It's quiet times. Remember, it is the time frame where we are trading right now is a slow time frame. It's gonna create a lot of chop. Doesn't work with me. These kind of choppy days. Okay, so here's the deal with the GE, sorry, BE. Did I keep on calling it BGE? Maybe I'm wrong. With BE, guys, if it does reach that 28, and if I do get that partial, I will only have like a really small amount left, like 20%, 15% left for a runner, for maybe even swinging. If that hits, I'll be good on green. Not very good, but I'll still be green on the day. If it doesn't hit and then comes back and stops me out on break even, then I think I'll be a bit red for the day, which is okay, you know, which is fine. Mondays. Silver, keep me posted on BE if it does reach 28. And I'll leave you guys with it. Just be careful trading from now onwards, guys. Forget about every single move. It's not going to be sustained properly, right? So just maybe even like have a break or something, guys. Just don't look at the charts at the moment, because you will see what's not there. Anyways, guys, take it easy. Have a good one. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow, 9:15 EST. Cheers.